If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. You can call a lawyer, baby, you can call the DMV. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. You can call a lawyer, baby, you can call the DMV. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. You can call a lawyer, baby, you can call the DMV. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. They move slow as hell, girl, they take 1,000 years. You can call a lawyer, baby, you can call the DMV. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. You can call a lawyer, baby, you can call the DMV. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. If you're ever in a hurry, baby, please don't call GPC. You can call a lawyer, baby, you can call the DMV.
Hey bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
AP News, I'm Haya Punjwani. Two men who were in the Boston area for college Halloween parties last weekend set off fireworks in an empty Harvard Medical School building. Logan David Patterson and Dominic Frank Cardoza face charges of conspiracy to damage by means of fire or an explosive. Patterson is an 18-year-old from Plymouth and Cardoza is a 20-year-old from Bourne. They were arrested this morning and were due to be arraigned in federal court later today. FBI Special Agent in Charge, Ted Docks.
But let me be clear. Setting off an explosive device inside a locker at an institution geared toward higher education is not some harmless college prank. It's selfish, it's short-sighted, and it's a federal crime.
Dick Cheney, the hard-charging conservative who became one of the most powerful and polarizing vice presidents in U.S. history and a leading advocate for the invasion of Iraq, has died at age 84. Speaking at a 2015 ceremony to unveil a bust in his honor, former Vice President Cheney talked about how he wanted people to remember him.
Here was a believer in America, so fortunate in his life experiences, so blessed in his friends, and so grateful all his days to have served as Vice President of the United States of America.
U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth praised South Korea's plans to raise its military spending. He said that the Asian ally will take a larger role in defending itself from North Korean aggressions and that allies must brace for regional contingencies. He also said that talks with South Korea covered practical ways to modernize their alliance.
We agreed that these investments would accelerate the ROK's ability to lead its conventional deterrence and defense against North Korea. And Minister Ahn and I also discussed strengthening our readiness by energizing our defense industrial cooperation across the alliance. For the first time in history, we agreed to demonstrate the ability to maintain and repair U.S. warships here in Korea, and doing this will harness this country's world-class shipbuilding capabilities.
This is AP News. New York City voters are deciding the outcome of a mayoral election that'll resonate across the country.
Zoran Mamdani, who won the Democratic primary earlier this year, faces former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who is running as an independent, and Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa, who is trying to land a massive upset. A victory for Mamdani would give the city its first Muslim mayor and its youngest at 34 in generations, while elevating the Democratic Socialist to political stardom. If Cuomo comes out on top, he will have staged a remarkable political comeback 4 years after resigning as governor over a barrage of sexual harassment allegations. For Sliwa, the creator of the Guardian Angels Crime Patrol group, a win would put a Republican in charge of the nation's largest city at a time when many New Yorkers are seeking a leader who can keep President Trump at bay. Julie Walker, New York.
I'm Haya Punjwani.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
Nina's Kitchen, so delicious. I need a burger and a soda with it. It tastes so great, got me so addicted. Let's hop in the car, gotta go and get it.
Good morning, Marianas. Holy cow, it's 7:41. It is Wednesday. It is hump day here in the Marianas, and it's going to be a great one. We have a ton of stuff to do today, but that did not prevent us from getting in here early and wearing shorts to work. Yes, that's right. Ban the pants. I am all about pants-free Wednesdays. If I could get it every day during the week, I'd totally be on it. But I do have dressier clothes in the back because today is the general membership meeting for the Saipan Chamber of Commerce. That's going to be happening a little bit later today. It's going to be at Crown Plaza. You want to get there. 11:30 is when it opens. They've got the meals, the deals, the steals. They got everything going on. But we'll be there today. Looking forward to hearing some updates that are happening, including from our partners in crime. Well, not exactly, but, you know, they're in the same world as us. The folks over at Marianas Press going to be giving their update on everything they've been doing for the last year. So happy birthday to them. They started in November of last year. We got started in May of last year. And what the heck has happened to the media in the Marianas since then? Have things changed? I would say yes. The way people get their news has changed quite a bit in the last year and a half. And you know, no doubt it's in part to, you know, what we've been doing, and it's a lot of fun to make that happen. Well, let's talk about making some other stuff happen and letting you know about what's going on the roads today, because you're out there trying to get to work. You got to get your kids to school. You got to do all that fun stuff, and maybe we can give you a little heads up on what's happening with traffic right now in the Marianas. Your milkshake might bring all the cars to the yard, but let's see if we can get you to work and school as easy as possible this morning. Right now, you can see there's a little bit of traffic out here over there by a regular busy spot over there by Shell Dandan, where Chalman Senior Martinez meets Issa Drive / the CMG. I guess it changes. Does it change at that light? Does it change at the airport light by Iglesia Ni Cristo? I don't know. But somewhere, Issa Drive becomes Issa Drive instead of Chalman Senior Guerrero. Well, anyway, you can see there's a little bit of traffic over there, and that place is only going to get busier as the day goes on. Home of the Canaries, looking pretty good, too. Let's get all the way down to the intersection that matters, the place where connections matters by ITNE. Wow, it's like super nice over there. Traffic moving just as smoothly and just as fast as their internet. All right, so here we go. Over there by Mount Carmel, you can see that there's a little bit of traffic in both directions, and kids trying to get to school over there in time for that morning mass. Over there at Chalumpiao, that's right, Hopwoodville, you've got traffic backed up way past Texas Road, where people are probably trying to get over there to Galaxy and Bolus and find out who's got the better empanada. It's a civil war of empanadas going on right there, but the empanada district still alive and strong. Just a lot of traffic over there. Moving up the hill by Guangdong Hardware, not too bad. We're going to keep going. We got more traffic as you get closer to Green Consume Market and over there by Nutrition Assistance Program. Some of that's going to be just kids getting dropped off to school over by Saipan International School. John Tun Joaquin Doi is definitely busy. Folks coming up the hill and getting to that intersection. That is a weird one. Now, when it comes to traffic, you never know what you're going to get. It's like Forrest Gump's box of chocolates. All right, let's take a look at Issa Drive going around the back Island Road right now and all the way to Cagman. Looking okay. A little bit of a wait for some of the folks waiting by the mobile station, but not too bad. As you get down through Puerto Rico, you get a little bit of traffic heading in both directions when you get to the lights by the Marianas Heights building. Not out of the ordinary. It happens all the time, but where it is starting to get a little bit backed up is at the intersection by American Memorial Park by the tennis courts / pickleball courts, and you can see traffic is backed up in every direction. Not fun at all, but we have seen worse for sure. All right, where it really now is getting slow for folks. Over there by the NMI Museum, heading south, as folks are slowing down, getting closer and closer to that Gualarai intersection. And speaking of that, when you get past that, you get over to that Crystal Springs over there by a sushi spot. There's a lot of traffic over there backed up, and even more northbound when you get on Middle Road, when you're getting close to the Quartermaster intersection. Of course, over there by DHL and McDonald's, everybody's slowing down because, ooh, do I take that left turn if I'm going south? Do I take that right turn if I'm going north to go in there and get, do I need a coffee? Maybe I'm going to go healthy and get the oatmeal this morning. Or maybe Just screw it. Give me the breakfast burrito and throw it in extra hash brown because it sounds awesome. All right, sound like a great deal? I think so. All right. Well, that's your first look at traffic over here in the Marianas. And you know what? You don't even need to look at traffic if you are hooked up with Transit CNMI. That's right. If you hop on the Blue Line, they'll take you anywhere you need to go. From Paseo down to Toteville, they've got you covered. They get you at the college, they get you at PIC, they get you at everywhere in between there in Garapan, and they do it for just $2. Guess what? It's only half off if you are a student, if you are a veteran, active duty service member, if you are a Monomco, or if you've got a disability. That's only $1 for anywhere you need to go on the Blue Line. You cannot beat that. It is outstanding. Monday through Friday from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. And on weekends and holidays, it's 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. And they've got great stops all over the place. And the longer that they are in operation, the closer you're going to get to having some really fancy looking bus stops out there. A lot of buses out there on the course, on the road this morning. You're going to see a couple of them in service, and you're going to see a bunch of them not in service. They're just sitting there hanging out, waiting in case anything happens. And it looks like they've got some training going on with all those buses out there. You know, one of the great things are that they're comfortable, they smell nice, they're clean, and they've got free Wi-Fi, so you're able to just focus on whatever it is that you need to get done while they focus on the road for you. That's right, it's the safest way to go. It doesn't cost you anything for gas, and it's great. And even better, are you a veteran? Are you active duty military? Did you serve in the reserves? Did you serve anywhere, anytime? Are you a reservist? Are you a National Guardsman? Are you a veteran? Are you an active duty? Are you a coastie? The month of November, you don't have to pay at all. Free rides on Transit CNMI all month, and it's part of their give back and their recognition to folks who serve our country and serve our Commonwealth. Even better, if you've got your immediate family with you, they get a free ride as well. Can you believe it? That's right, Transit CNMI, taking care of our veterans and our military all the way, anywhere on any of their services. Gotta love it. So they are doing wonderful work. I know we talk about it every day, but they are an award-winning public transportation service. They won the best small rural market transportation service in the entire United States. And that's our hometown team. So great job to everybody with Transit CNMI. Thank you guys so much for having a great, first-class transportation system right here at home in the Marianas. We gotta love them. And they're only gonna get better. That's just what they've got so far. My goodness. Did you know that there are a lot of things going on? If you think that's great for moving things around, have you heard about the trades happening in the NFL today? That's right. My goodness. The NFL trading deadline is today, as all the teams are crushing to get their last-minute preps for the playoffs. And the Colts made a big one. The Colts trade with the Jets for Sauce Gardner. That's right. And who else did they get? Quinnen Williams. What is going on? They're trading everybody. So the Sauce Gardner is going to the Colts, right? That is a big move anyway, as the Colts are looking pretty good. But the Dallas Cowboys are getting Quinnen Williams, that beast. Oh my gosh, they're two separate trades, and they are still really big. They don't get a whole lot in return other than hopes and prayers that they're going to do better next year. But my goodness, what is going on? The Jets doing a fire sale. Who else is moving around? There's a lot of folks. Jacoby Myers is leaving the Raiders. He's going to Jacksonville. What are they going to get for him? Draft picks in the 4th and 6th rounds. The Seattle Seahawks get wideout Rashid Shaheed from the Saints. What do they get for him? A 4th and 5th round pick. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? There's more happening out there, and we're going to keep covering it for you and letting you know what's going to happen. But there's a lot going on right now. There's just we're just waiting for these things to get finalized here at the end. There's a lot that said that they're just waiting on a couple of things, and that's the latest, those big moves. The Jets fire sale, and my goodness, and leaving a whole bunch of broken dreams in their wake. I'm just wondering why the Bills didn't reach out. And there's nothing from Buffalo. What's going on, Buffalo? You're killing me, Bills. Hey, Luisa says, you know what today is? That's right. It's National American Football Day. Oh, no way. Today's National American Football Day? Are you kidding me? Man, that's my kind of holiday right now. I'm a big fan. Someone just sent me, some say it's too early for cocoa, but I digress. Oh, I love it. Tobot sending me that. Oh, man, thanks, Tobot. That's great. I love seeing, you're watching over there on the YouTube channel. He's got it on the TV screen at the house right now. I know a lot of you guys watching on your phones, maybe when you're on their way to work and everything. Tobot's casting it right to his phone by using the YouTube channel. You're able to watch us on YouTube, you're able to watch us on Facebook, and fun fact, you don't even need social media. You can watch us on nminewsservice.com. Whenever we go live, it's live there too. So that's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite ways to watch it. Oh wait, I can't watch it live because I'm in it usually until I get some other folks in here. Oh, someone's beeping as they go by. I guess that's some fans, I hope. Anyway, great news for folks who are in Indianapolis. I know there's no real Colts fan in the CNMI, but man, that pickup of Sauce Gardner for a team that really needs it, and as good as the Colts look this year, my goodness, they're doing it. Brad has given everyone the day off. That's right, I am. Louisa, you're right. Everyone, you guys can take the day off. Just call your bosses, tell them it's me. Tell them I said that it's okay. You're officially off work today. You earned it, you deserve it, and there you go. That should count as it won't count. Don't get excited about that. Hey, I know that you guys are big fans of Godfather's Pizza because it's the #1 pizza in Saipan. 4 out of 5 dentists agree. But it says Pizza Hut is also in the news today. Pizza Hut's parent company, they're thinking about selling Pizza Hut. Who are they going to sell it to? I don't know, but they're looking at selling it. They've got they've got about 20,000 stores in over 100 countries. They're all over the place, and they're looking to get sold right now. But you know what? That's fine. They can do that. I know that they're not going to be selling to Godfather's, but maybe they could use a little bit of whatever's working at Godfather's because they have the best pizza. Yesterday was Taco Tuesday over at Godfather's. You can't beat it. They have a great deal on tacos. I love them. I brought the fam there a couple weeks ago, and we really enjoyed it for sure. But, man, you can't beat them for pizza. Oh, you know what? I got to tell you about this one, too. This should be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to this, too. This is this Friday. We don't have room for a little Wiener Fest. It's the big Wiener Fest that's happening this Friday. Travis from Last Shot, me, we're having our joint birthday party over there at Last Shot this Friday. You can get down there. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a hot dog bar, drink and shot specials, and Marvin De Leon Guerrero is going to be playing. Really looking forward to having this happen. The food's going to be good. The music's going to be good. The fun will be good. They'll have all kinds of stuff. And hopefully we'll see you guys down there too. That's this Friday, starting at 6 o'clock. I know some of you guys are going to get there early, and some of you guys are going to get there late. I just know that's how it works. Don't worry, you're going to be fine no matter what time you get there. And man, grilling out those dogs is going to be so good. I'm telling you, after a long week, getting some brews and some grilled food, the nachos, I'm looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. So that's coming up this Friday, and we hope to see you guys there. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, well, guys, we've got some stories happening here. Yesterday we on our way home we got a phone call saying, "Hey, there's a car crash yesterday. We're crashing into somebody in Puerto Rico on Middle Road." It was late when it happened, and we got there just after the ambulance was pulling away. Unfortunately, the victim was a 49-year-old male, was hit while he had his bike, and he was riding or traveling with it down the road. You could see the vehicle that hit it got it pretty solid. In fact, we could show that on the screen for you because I'm just going to do it without the volume because the
the volume that I got from the story that we ended up doing today, you don't need to hear my whole voiceover about it, but you can see the whole story that we ended up doing on the website, on the Facebook page, and all our social medias. There it is. Boom. Let me just turn the volume down so you guys can look at it without hearing the whole the voiceover thing. But it was pretty rough. You could tell that the vehicle, ended up hitting that guy as he was going down the road. That's it. That's the footage from last night that we shot. The whole back tire got smashed. You could see the vehicle in a little bit. Yeah, that's blood on the road. You could see the vehicle ended up getting damage to the windshield and to the front of the car. So it was a pretty solid impact. That's a 45 mile per hour zone, but it looks like the vehicle operator pulled over right away and called DPS right away. And that's what you want. I mean, that's the best you can hope for in those kind of situations. So you got a responsible driver who reached out and did that. Now, we reached out to DFEMS this morning because I've seen this guy, because that bike looked familiar too. It looked like a guy who I had seen walking up and down the road with his bike quite a bit. And we think it's the same guy, that it is the exact same guy who is involved in it. And it's a shame, but that's the guy. So I've seen the guy. I've never seen him ride the bike, but I've seen him walking the bike up and down the road. And here, we could do this, put this over there. We've seen him walking up and down the road a lot. I've seen it like a 5-gallon water jug tied to the bike as he's pushing it. And you look at the handlebars, it looks like he just coming back from the store. You could see like even it knocked his granola bar onto his crankshaft there, or his front crank. And then it looks like he just knocked his groceries all over the place too. So the guy was taken to the hospital last night. In fact, as we were heading north, we saw the hospital coming our way and going into the ambulance coming our way and going to the hospital. And so we know that the guy was taken there. We don't have any update on his condition, but we did speak with DFEMS about it this morning, and they confirmed that is that same guy that we were talking about, 49 years old, and got hit. So when we got there, the operator of the vehicle was talking with the police and talking with the firefighters, and he just looked, he looked like how you would look if you ended up hitting somebody who is along the road. And I'll tell you what, you can see the street lights in the road, but you can't tell me that middle road is bright enough. Not for 45 miles per hour. It is still a very, very dark road. And, I feel like we should have street lamps on both sides of the street. I mean, it's got to be bright enough, especially in an area like that. It's got to be bright enough so that everybody can get down there. Our roads are just not bright enough for safe travel. Whenever possible, I put my brights on, and my lights are bright, but I put them on just in case, because people walking on the side of the road, like there's no sidewalk there. Where you're like, well, he could have just gone on the other side. Well, I guess that's the case, but really, like the guy must have been pretty close to the side of the road. If he was walking or riding in the road. The other thing is, we looked at the guy's bike, and like there's no lights on it or anything, and it's just, you can't win in that situation if you are a pedestrian. Here's another look at the bike from another angle of, you just see the guy's got his shopping bag tied to the bike. You can see he got hit from behind, right? You look at how it all got bent up. The tire looks like the tire's in place because it popped off, but that he got hit in the tire, and the guy bounced off the car because you could see the front quarter panel of that car from that video that we showed. Oh, in fact, is that the other photo? Oh no, here's the other one here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there's a real good view of it. I just hammered that tire, and all that red on there, that's the sheen from the lights, from the emergency lights that's on there. But yeah, the guy's bike is pretty much toast. The guy was really hit pretty hard. And we saw the blood on the road. But I can tell you that the guy who did it looked just as shaken as probably the guy who was hit, if not more so. So it's a sad situation. And that, again, the front of that vehicle, the damage done to the front of the vehicle was just pretty intense here. This is the actual video of it. You can see, like, I just paused it there. You know, that windshield part, that's usually when you see a spidered windshield like that with that round spot, that's like usually when someone's, you know, head hits that, which is awful. And so you can almost kind of, the traffic investigators are going through and doing all that stuff, but you say, hey, you know, you hit the bike, you hit the guy flies back, his head comes back and hits the windshield. And it's just a tragic situation. And hopefully everything's okay with that pedestrian. And hopefully, you know, everybody's okay inside the vehicle as well. But just we'll get more details about that later from you guys today. Easy Sun says, all vehicles need to remove the tint from the front windshield. You know, that could be part of it. JJ says it rained, so maybe avoiding the mud. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why that guy was maybe walking in the road. And it's so dark, you're not able to see it, you know. It is so dark. That's why I try not to go in the outside lanes at night, if at all possible on Middle Road. Because even in the best situation for you as a driver, you know, and you've got those other folks who walk around the road at night after they had a few beers and, you know, they might not, they've got other issues going on. You don't want them stumbling into the road because that happens. You know, we've seen people die from that kind of thing. And I don't want to have to go through that. So, you know, it's a very tough situation. And it did rain a bit yesterday, too. It rained last night before that happened. And probably about an hour before that accident happened. And that was all muddy and wet over there. So I don't doubt that that's what was happening. You know, there's a nice sidewalk that goes all the way to Lake AK and a little bit past it, but that's as far as it goes. There's nothing else that's offered for folks who are heading up north, except for the other side of the road. But around that curve and everything, forget it. There's nowhere for folks to go. There's none. So that's the only thing in there. Connie says, hey, maybe the biker might be wearing a darker color clothes and cannot hit them on the road, or the bike doesn't have any blinking lights. So on it, and so it's hard for them on the road. So yeah, there's no lights on that bike, for sure. And again, I've seen that bike with the owner of that bike often, and I haven't seen him riding it. I've only seen him walking it. So in this one, I mean, judging, maybe he was riding it this time. With the shopping bag tied to the handlebars, maybe. But yeah, it's not safe. That's why I tell my kids, I'm like, hey, you don't know. Kids think that this is not a kid, by the way. This is an adult, 49 years old. But you can't expect, just because you can see the lights of the vehicle, they can't see you. You can't expect that they can see you and that they're going to be able to make that. But I think more than anything, this is something that says, boy, we need some brighter lights out there. And it's all along Middle Road. It's not just this part. All Middle Road. Middle Road is a busy enough thoroughfare where we should have a turn lane, a center lane, all the way down the entire, from I-T&E all the way up to Issa Drive. There should be a turn lane. I mean, it'd be great if it went all the way, like all the way to Kensington or Pow Pow. But there should be, it's big enough where there should be a center turn lane. I'm not excited about the prospect of that taking another 4 years for them to do that whole project. And I know there's all kinds of land issues and all that other stuff. But Middle Road, like through Guadalupe, through Garapan, all the way down, should have a center turn lane. It would be safe. And yes, sidewalks. I'm with you. And I hope they do the sidewalks better than this last one that they did on Beach Road. Because that deal on Beach Road, I mean, how many businesses have had their parking lots screwed up because of that project that they did on Beach Road? I mean, right here, right down the street, like right at the corner, that plaza by Joe's Bar, just before that is Modern Stationery. You used to be able to just pull in and park.
Now you got to be really careful how you pull in over there. You could find yourself going off of a jump. All right, here we got a phone call coming in. Holidays on Tier Road. Thanks for calling the show. Who's this?
Hi, who am I speaking to?
Who is this? You're calling Good Morning Marianas.
This is one of the public papers.
One of the what? I'm sorry?
Regarding that incident last night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, they should implement something that, you know, the bikers or pedestrians should be wearing vests that they have the reflector. Because how can we know that there's a people walking on the road, beside the road on nighttime?
That is a great point. If you're going to be
bikers, and especially bikers, if they riding on the bike, and you know, sometimes they don't have any light, they should be wearing a vest that there's a reflector on it. Because, you know, nowadays people, they don't know what in their head. Even though there's nothing reflector, but if they see a shadow, they will eventually have the precautionary that they will know that there's something on the side of the road.
Yes, you're 100% right. You know, if
and there's another thing that I need to bring it up.
Uh-huh.
Because there's another thing that I need to bring it up.
Okay.
You know, the DPW should be looking into those areas that there's no pedestrian walk and sign. They should be always putting a pedestrian sign or the pedestrian walk sign on the road. Because some of the road, like for example, from in Kamang, in between the school and the pharmacy, there's no pedestrian walk there.
In Cagman?
Yeah. There's no pedestrian walk. People just walking out on the road without no pedestrian sign and pedestrian walk. It's the only thing that they have in front of the school. That's it. But what about the rest? There's a lot of work. There's a lot of road that they don't have any pedestrian walk, and they implement that on the public works because you know nowadays some of the people are not paying attention when they're driving.
Yep. Well, I in Cagman, I know they did they put in a sidewalk from where they linked it up from where Lau Lau is that goes all the way over to where that shopping area is.
Yeah, but I don't think so. It's only one. It's only in front of the school that they have pedestrian walk. But what about the rest?
Oh, like the crosswalk?
In front of the Lau Lau, there's nothing.
Yeah, there is. They put in. There is a sidewalk from Lau Lau all the way up to like where all that pharmacy is, just on one side of the road.
I know. I understand that, sir. But for me, the pedestrian walk to cross the road.
Oh yes,
they're gonna.
That's it. The crosswalk.
They should understand that they need to put because why if the person walking and is gonna cross going to his house or her house or whatever, you know, they should do those things. There's a lot of roads here that they don't have any pedestrian walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they should implement those things on the DPW because that's the DPW ground road section. They should do those. So the other thing they should implement, people to wear vests with the reflector in it, even though nighttime, daytime. You know?
Yeah.
Because, man, nowadays there's a lot of things going on. Just for me that I'm helping out the DPS, the Department of Public Safety, I'm helping up in the public school system. Any school that I went, I always watch the kids. watch the people who's doing things that they're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So now I hope that there are people hearing what I said, but let's help each other and everyone. You know, it's very hard if it's only one person or one government sector or whatever. Just like what you're sharing out on the air.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things going on. So let's do this way. We help each other. What Arby come up to the mayor, Arby said, when you see it, you speak. Don't when you see it, don't say anything. He said, when you see it, you gotta talk.
Mm-hmm.
So we can solve the problem. This is what we're trying to do now for our cinema, the Northern Marianas people in the island. We gotta work together. We help each other. That's why it's very important to help and not to help. So, by the way, thank you very much for answering the phone and taking my opinion.
Yes, sir. Thank you for
I
calling.
really appreciate it. Yeah. If what, I'll be calling you again. If anything that I heard, anything that has been positive thing that you saying it out on the air. So, by the way, again, thank you very much, and God bless you, and take care for the rest of the day.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. Really appreciate it. Bless you too.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
Yeah, same to you.
All right, so we had a caller there, and that, by the way, he had a really great idea too. We just don't talk about the negative stuff. We got to talk about the positive stuff that's happening out here in the Marianas, and there's a lot of it, and it's happening all over the place every day. We don't have all of it, but speaking of some of the positive stuff, I'll give you a little heads up on this one too. I'm saving it to the old computer right now, but I just got this. This is like fresh off the presses from Rob Torres. Just sent this to us, and we're gonna pop it on the screen so you guys can see it too. This is, there we go. Boom. There's a meeting tonight for softball, and here it is. Boom. This is it. Saipan Little League Fast Pitch Girls Softball. They're looking for all interested parents, girls from 8 to 12, and coaches and volunteers. You can join up, sign up, and get it going. The meeting is going to be tonight. You can reach out to Mariah at 286-1119, or you can send an email to mariahsablon19@gmail.com. We're going to post this up on the page after we're done. If I had a producer in here doing this, I would be able to do this at the same time. But we'll get that out there for you. But check out that QR code. You could zap it with your phone. You could take a screenshot now if you're using your phone and then do it later. But you could sign up for it. They've got even training clinics coming up the next couple of weekends. So a lot of good stuff. That'll be over at the Tongay Field at the Oleai Sports Complex. So that'll be great. And hopefully we'll get some stuff. Boy, that field in that picture looks great. I know that's not here in Saipan, but that would be a great softball field if that was ours. Anyway, fast pitch girls softball. And don't just think of that as being a great activity for the kids here, because it is. But that could be a gateway for them to getting a scholarship at a college somewhere, because fast pitch girls softball is legit at the college level. I mean, like, it is so big. And there are scholarships available for things like that. So anyway, a big thing. That's a good thing that's happening. We'll post that up. Thank you so much, Rob, for posting that up there to us, and really appreciate it. So there we go. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that is, I'm looking at the other messages that we just got from him too. Those are really great. Thanks so much. Okay. We'll get back into the regular stuff that we got today. I don't want to get too far away from it, but that vehicle crash was something. Something else happened today. This morning, DFEMS responded to a fire in San Antonio at an apartment building. We're going to get all the info for you today. They're still walking through and mopping it up when we were here this morning around just before 6 o'clock. So it was already under control at that point, and it was only one unit that ended up catching fire. Everyone's safe. Everybody's fine. They were saying that unit was a storage unit, and so we'll find out what happened from them today. We'll have photos and all that we can provide you. And when we get an update on that vehicle or that cyclist or that pedestrian from last night, we'll provide you with that too. Going back to that phone call. Again, thanks for calling. Yeah, if you're riding a bike, you have responsibilities when you're on the road. You do. You can't just ride in the middle of the road. If you're riding with your friend on a training ride in the morning, you can't just take up the whole lane. You can't do that. Unless, if it's during the day, right, you can be out there occupying the full lane if you're able to go just as fast as the traffic around you. For instance, when I go down by NMC, when I go down the hill there, on my bike, I am right smack dab in the middle of the lane. And that's not because I'm as big as a bus, but because I can go as fast as any of the cars, if not faster, going downhill. Now, after it levels out a little bit and you're going on the flat road, then I got to get my ass off to the side of the road and just use that little nub at the end on the side of the road. You can still be in the lane, but you've got to be all the way over. So that you can do. Now, at night, it is, if you want to be safe and being a safe cyclist, that whole idea of wearing reflective stuff, 100%, absolutely. If you're going to be on the road, then the vehicles need to see you. That's why they've got lights on too. You've got to have lights on your bike if you're riding at night. If not, you are just asking for trouble. Hey, this is not victim blaming in any of this stuff, so don't get all twisted on this. But this is just saying, if you are riding your bike, if you are a regular cyclist, if you know what's going on, you don't want to be on the road, especially on Middle Road through Puerto Rico. It could be anywhere. But if you're not making it easy for other people to see you, you want to have lights on your bike on the front and on the back. You don't just want them to light the way in front of you. You want people to see you with plenty of time to react behind you. Reflective clothing, absolutely. If you've got it, then put that on your helmet. I even have a fancy helmet that has a light on there that you can charge up, just to make sure that I am trying to be as safe as possible. Now, the times I ride are few and far between these days. But when I used to ride all the time, I would get up early in the morning and go all the way from CK all the way up to Marpy and back, and I had lights everywhere. I did not want to get hit, but I was going up there. You know, not as many people are driving on the roads at like 4:30 in the morning. Lucky for me at that time, but still, if you're going to be riding, you have a certain level of responsibility to make sure that people can see you. In this instance, I think the same thing. I think the guy was probably walking on the side of the road because it was wet and muddy, and the guy was probably trying not to get all wet and muddy with his feet. So we'll hear for sure from the investigators who are looking into it, and we'll post that for you too. By the way, the places where you can see those full stories, NMINewsService.com. That is our cool, fancy website that we've got. Well, at least we think it's cool and fancy. But we want that to be your home for news too, where you can see all the stories as they're coming out, as they're happening. We put them up there as well. And, you can do cool comments. I'll tell you, the Marianas Varieties website is still the king of all comment sections for the website. No doubt about it. No maybe. There is no rival. They are the best place if you want to get into the comment sections for the newspaper, for the news stories. But maybe we'll get there. We're getting there anyway as far as your views, because we know that people are watching. But here, this is what the actual website looks like right now. And when we're streaming live, you're just seeing the show on there now. But even when we're doing press conferences and everything, we're live on there. You're able to see all the stories, and you're able to search them out and find them pretty easy.
and all the other videos and everything on nminewsservice.com. Give it a check. Let us know what you think about it. Do you think it looks good? Do you think it doesn't look good? Would you like to see something else, something added, something better? Let us know, because hey, that website means an awful lot to us. We want this to be great for you to get your news. Any ideas that you have to make it better, we're going to do it. We have great folks that we're working with the website, and it is not a set in stone that this is the finished product and suck it. That's all you get for life. No, we're going to change it to make sure that it's the best thing for you to get your news. So in addition to the website, though, we also have all of our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're able to do a lot more with those different channels to get all the word out there, but we can make it easier for you to find it, because, you know, when you go on social media, you're going to have to scroll forever to find all that stuff. So we put the real meat of the stories on the website. So you're able to see what's happening on all the social media channels, and then you check that out there, especially the video. It's a real robust platform for the video. And then when you really want to get the real details of the story, you want to read the law that's being cited, you want to read the legislation that's in there, you want to read the court documents, you want to read the actual press release. You're able to do all that stuff on the website because we upload all of those documents right there, and it's easy for you to see it. And what I love the best about it is that it's really easy to see from your phone too. You're able to maneuver through there, find what you need to find, and get to it. So that's the plan. If you've got any thoughts about it, please let us know. Yes, good morning to all you guys. Fabian says, good morning, Brad. We missed the coffee time. I owe you push-ups. Yes, well, we definitely do need to catch up, and we should do some push-ups on camera. In fact, that could be, it should be a morning thing, but I'm glad that you're here, and thanks for tuning in. Salty Life says, hey, do we have any updates yet from the NAP? The answer is not yet, but Raymond Lizama says $3.9 million loan from MPLT to fund NAP, convert BGRT. It's a win-win. Or NAP convert to BGRT. It's a win. You know, it's a tough one. We talked about it yesterday, and it was one of those frustrating things about the NAP updates is that we don't have a whole lot of them. You know, we're hoping to get more info, but, you know, we just don't have it. What do we know? We know from the administration, they're saying, hey, they're working on it. But we also know they can't fund it on their own, and they're not going to get reimbursed for what's coming in, or if they do put it out. So they're in a tough spot. You've got thousands and thousands and thousands of citizens who are your voters, who are your neighbors, your friends, your family, who aren't going to be able to go to the store. And this is only the 5th, right? Today's November 5th. This is something, they've known about this for a long time. They've known about the potential for it. And they had definitely been hoping, because I would be too if I had that job, I would be hoping that the federal stuff would have resolved itself with that federal shutdown. But it's not been, and it's not close to being done. Hopefully it will be. But now you got constituents all over the United States who are really banging on the doors of their lawmakers saying, hey, fix this now. And it's everybody. It's not just people with nutrition assistance program or the supplemental nutrition assistance. This is all the federal employees, the folks who don't have their jobs. So that's going to be a real big thing, and who aren't getting paid. And these are people, from the people who are receiving benefits to the people who are been career federal employees now, wondering how they're going to feed their families. It's everybody. It's universal. It's across the board. Every party. Everybody's got it. We don't have an answer yet for it locally. And hopefully they would. Hopefully they would have something for it soon. But I tell you what, MPLT, they're not going to want to do that every single month. They're still trying to figure out that $29 million loan. So our budget's still all jacked. Not like jacked. It's all messed up. And that's the budget. That's for the school. That's for our local nutrition assistance program. That's for just about everything. We're still trying to figure this stuff out too. Don't expect them to be superheroes, but we do expect them to still be working on everything for us. You can't just sit back and chill and hope and say, yeah, we're working hard. They should be working. They should not leave there until they get it resolved. You should not leave your office till you get that resolved. If you are elected, you should be there until it gets resolved. And then tell everybody what your obstacles are. There's no other job for you right now. Get that done and figure that out. That's it. Between MPLT and the lawmakers and the executive branch, you should not be taking a nap until this stuff is done. But that's easy for me to say because I don't have that same pressure. And then they still have other things they got to deal with too, right? The people who are making those decisions should be in there making those decisions. And then if they can't move forward with it, they need to stay in those offices until they get it done. For the life of me, I don't know how hard it is that they can't figure it out. You know, what are they waiting for? The governor's office and the legislature and MPLT are really pretty close. You don't even need a phone call. Get everyone together in the same room, make it happen. And if MPLT's upset about it, and you guys and the community doesn't want MPLT to do it, what are you going to do? Something's going to happen, and then get some finality and move on. Get that stuff set. But other communities have been able to do it. Why can't we? I feel like we're just waiting for the federal government to rescue us. And hopefully they do. Believe me, I hope that's what happens. That's the best. Oh, yeah, I'll get to that. And hopefully they do that. But in the event that they don't, we need to get our stuff in order here and figure this stuff out. You know what we do have, though? We've got some local companies that are actually making a difference with this. And it's amazing. It is amazing. I mean, I wonder if I can get them on the phone real quick. Hold on, let me message them first. I'll tell you what, I'm going to see if I can't get someone else on, because I've got other stuff to talk about, all right, we're just sending a real quick message, and hopefully I'll be able to do this with you guys real quick. But there's some organizations who are doing some food drives, and we talked about it briefly yesterday, and I love this. Yeah, I'm going to call them right now. All right, boom. We're calling them. Bam. We're going to do this, and we're going to put this up on the screen. We'll do that later.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Derek. You're on the air.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah. Hey, good morning. Hey, we were just talking about things that are happening in the CNMI, and we were talking about what's going on with the nutrition assistance program and the budget and the austerity and all this other stuff. And then we were talking about good things that are happening out here too. And we were talking about what you got going on over there at Laddiebuilt 24-Hour Fitness. What a ray of sunshine I got to see on your social media stuff about what you guys are doing and for the community, and want to get you on to maybe talk about it a little bit.
Sure.
All right, so please do so. This is something that's it's ongoing, right? This is not. It wasn't just a one-day thing. This is something you're doing all month.
Yes, correct. So we started this year doing a new promotion every month around the 17th, and it just made sense that this month, being Thanksgiving coming up, and with the whole SNAP programming ending and the government shutdown and our economy, that we would do some sort of a give back. So the gym lately has been very blessed, and I want to turn around and be blessed back others. So we've putting up a promo that anybody that's either a member or non-member can bring in donation food. And if you'd like to work out for the day, instead of paying $20, just bring in 4 pieces of food or canned goods, rice, whatever. And essentially, you can do that every day and work out the day till November.
That's awesome. You can work out every day just by bringing in your donations. So it's a day pass. Look, we got your flyer on the screen right now. It says donate 4 food items and get a free drop-in. So the drop-in is the workout.
Yep.
That's outstanding.
That can be for the gym to work on your own, or to drop into any of the classes, whatever you choose.
Oh, you can even do the classes. Holy cow.
Yep.
Well, you can't beat that. It's a great deal. But what I love is that it's just a great thing to do in the community at a time when, this is when we need it right now. And you guys came up. So where did the idea come from?
Like I said, every month we do a promotion, and I usually do at least 6 months in advance. And we already had a plan for a Thanksgiving theme, but I didn't have it fine-tuned until probably about 2 weeks ago. And honestly, it's just at church, God spoke to me, and this is a little thing in my ears to give something back. So that's what we did.
Well, that is great. I love it. Now, I was looking at the video. We were showing the video of Mackay going in, carrying child labor, carrying all that stuff in.
Hey, he gets a paycheck. He doesn't know about it, but he gets a paycheck. Don't worry about him.
That's great. Well, it was great to see him walking in, carrying the stuff. And then you had a description about it, too. It's like, this is not like one of those big free sacks of rice giveaways where people are lined up down the street and stuff like that. This is not a giveaway for everybody. That you're asking people like, hey, this is really for folks who really need it.
Correct. We already did one giveaway 2 days ago. What's today?
Today's Wednesday.
Maybe yesterday. And we served about 80 families, maybe.
Wow.
We kind of divided bags down into about a day or two of food. It's not a ton of food. We're on a federal program. But we have a huge line from the Townhouse Plaza all the way to our parking lot on the other side of our building. So we quickly handed out all the bags and the rice that we had, and we weren't able, unfortunately, to hit everybody in line, but we got probably about 85% of the line knocked out.
That's a ton of people.
Yeah, it really was. I've never seen that line in CK.
Yeah. I mean, but that tells you what people need, or the amount of need in the community when you put this stuff out.
Like what we said, though, in our post, let's be honest, not everyone on food stamps truly needs it. They could probably work or do something else, but a lot do need it. And that's who we're trying to help, is those that really have no food at home.
Mm-hmm.
If you have food at home still, then please don't get in line. When you're absolutely out, then come in.
That is great. Man, that is really great. And that you guys are doing that. No prompting. There's no external support. This is just you guys reaching out to the community. Hey, drop stuff off if you can. If you bring stuff, you can get a drop in for a class, or you can work out. And like that is a practical way to give back and try to be a conduit between folks who have been blessed with a little bit more resources and giving out to other folks. I thought it was such a great thing. And you talked about, God speaking to you in church about something like that. What I love your subtlety at the gym. I don't know if it's you or your wife who puts up those Bible verses in little places around.
It's both of us.
Well, it's just great. It is just great to see, it's very subtle. All of a sudden, you're going to see people looking at. I never really looked into Corinthians before, and from all the stuff that you're putting in there, Derek. So this is going to be all month long?
All month, yeah, all the way to the end of November.
All right, and if folks are interested in finding out about this, some of the folks who that you're describing who might really be out, it might not be easy for them to even get there. So if they do, they might want to plan ahead by giving a call or something. Is there a number they could call?
Yeah, so our front desk office is 235-2265, and our WhatsApp is 284-2843.
All right, and I think you guys included some of that in the post too.
Yeah, so if you see the post, you'll be able to get all the information from there as well.
Well, that's great. Really appreciate it. And it made me think about it in our soccer group. Seeing some of these things, just a reminder. I saw just a regular post. And by the way, this is not the thing that I saw, but like it was another reminder that we posted on our things. But when we saw this, that you were doing that and we were able to get this word out, and hopefully you get a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't imagine just the stuff that you guys were unloading off the truck. It doesn't look like you're a big warehouse.
No, just my pickup truck. It's all we were able to fill.
Well, that's great. All right. Hey, anything you want to shout out to anybody or while we got you?
Just to all my staff that helped pass everything out yesterday. Also, I worked with fellow Rotarians, D&Q and micronesia brokers. They're the ones that helped supply a lot of the food that we started with. And for the rest of the community, this is a way for everyone to get together. It's not just a one person or a one business program. The whole point is to have everyone get something out of something. So you all get a workout. Those that need food get food, and we get to have more of our community in our doors.
That's awesome. It's a win-win. It is the perfect definition of a win-win. Well,
absolutely. Thanks
so much for doing some great stuff in the community. I know I love going to Laddie Belt because I need it too. And I'm glad that it's there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for folks who want to work out. And great service, great location. And this is just something else you guys seeing a need and going for it. So thanks so much, Derek. Thanks for your time this morning.
No problem. Thank you. All right, everyone.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, so it's Derek Cutting over there from Laddie Built giving us a heads up on this donation drive. We saw this stuff and we reached out to him this morning and said, hey, can we get you on? He's like, yeah, just call me. So that's it. All right, we're not going anywhere. We are going to take a real quick break. There are new headlines available. The last one that we had was at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. So right now, we'll give you the latest that just popped up, and then we'll get you some words from our sponsors. So don't go anywhere. Here's the latest update from the Associated Press.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. Election Day 2025 has voters choosing governors in 2 states, Louise Fioravante in Lakewood, New Jersey.
Jack Ciattarelli is a Trump man, and honestly, I hate Trump more than I hated my ex-husband.
She voted for Democrat Mikey Sherrill. In Virginia, it's former Representative Abigail Spanberger versus Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. New York City is electing a new mayor, while in California, Lisa Dwyer reports voters are saying yay or nay to a ballot measure.
Proposition 50 seeks to change California's U.S. congressional district boundaries to favor Democrats. California and its 52 congressional districts represent by far the Democrats' best opportunity in an unprecedented state-by-state redistricting battle, which started when Texas Republicans heeded President Donald Trump's demand that they redraw their boundaries to help Republicans retain their House majority. Democrats need to gain 3 seats in the 2026 elections to take control of the House. A shift in the majority would imperil Trump's agenda for the remainder of his term, and at a time of deep partisan divisions over immigration, health care, and the future direction of the nation. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
On Capitol Hill, there are behind-the-scenes talks taking place to end the government shutdown. Not evident on the Senate floor, though. Democratic leader Chuck Schumer.
Never have American families faced a situation where their health care costs are set to double.
Republican Whip John Barrasso.
Americans resent being used by Democrats as political pawns.
In a down day on Wall Street, as the same big tech companies that have been the main drivers of the market's rally dragged it lower. The tech-heavy NASDAQ lost 2%. The S&P slid 1.2%. The Dow, 0.5%. This is AP News. 2 men have been arrested in the weekend explosion at Harvard Medical School.
Authorities said Logan David Patterson and Dominic Frank Cardoza face charges of conspiracy to damage by means of fire or an explosive. The explosion happened early Saturday on the 4th floor of Harvard Medical School's Goldenson building. No one was injured. U.S. Attorney Leah B. Foley says the investigation is ongoing.
Anxiety levels naturally rise when the public learns that an explosion was intentionally caused.
Witnesses said the men were visiting Wentworth College for Halloween activities. They also said the pair chose the building because it looked abandoned and got into it through the roof. Ted Dox is the FBI's special agent in charge.
Setting off an explosive device inside a locker at an institution geared toward higher education is not some harmless college prank. It's selfish, it's short-sighted, and it's a federal crime.
I'm Haya Panjwani.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com. Good morning, Marianas. It is 8:44 on Wednesday. Somebody's been having some fun with some AI-generated music. Who could that be? I wonder. Yeah, I was just having a little bit of fun with these guys this morning. I had thought about it when I was driving around. I'm like, oh, you know what? Why am I not doing more with this stuff? And that was it. So that was part of the fun that we ended up having. I worked on that last night. Absolutely enjoyed it. John Cyrus says, morning, Saipan. Leaders, we need lights. Another accident. And maybe a new law. All bikers must wear a vest day or night with lights, too. You know, I'll tell you, John, I like the idea of a lot of it. During the day, I don't know if you need a reflective vest during the day, but maybe something bright, probably not a bad idea, right? There's a reason why crossing guards wear it. So the idea of it, not too bad. I think real serious bikers, like cyclists, like people who are training for an event or something like that, they pretty much have it down, right? They know what's going on. They know what you need on your bike. Also, funny, the real serious
cyclists, they have the stuff that you could put on for your regular training and all that stuff, but you take that off when you do the race, right? Because you don't want that extra. They pay to get lighter stuff by the gram to make sure that they have a better opportunity to edge out their closest rival on the course. But for regular recreational or people who just use it as a mode of transportation, the idea of the vest and the lights, yeah, absolutely. Like if you're gonna be on a road, like cyclists are entitled to part of the road. They're able to use the road. That's just how it works. But if you're gonna do that, you gotta be responsible about it too, right? You can't be riding side by side, like two abreast, going down the road at like 14 miles an hour down middle road. You can't, right? You're supposed to ride single file and that's it. Unless you're going fast, like going down the hill. Like again, like Astrolai, coming down from the college. You could take up the whole road because you're gonna be fast enough. Like I've definitely done it. I have passed people, during the hell of the Marianas, going down the hill from Capitol Hill, I have passed people by in less than proper means. No, I'm part of the problem. But it was during the race, damn it. And I'm like, hey, if I got to lug all this weight up a hill, I want to take advantage of it going down the hill. And that's my my lack of fear, I should say, going down the hill with the speed is something that helps for sure. But again, getting to it, what you're saying is like, hey, having them wear a bike, or having them wear a vest, that sounds like not a bad idea if you're going to do it. Especially if you're going to be on the road and at night, and this guy, I'm telling you, this is the same guy we see walking his bike and using that as a form of transportation for like going to the store to pick up like a 5-gallon water. We just saw that a couple days ago where he had it tied to the bike, like to the bike seat as he's pushing it. I get it. And it really is terrible what happened last night. If that guy had a light on his bike, would it have made a difference? I think it would have given him a shot. That's for sure. It's not easy. You can't. Everybody who's a driver knows how dark it is on the roads. And over there, yeah, I know. Well, he could have been on the other side of the road. Well, is there a good, easy place for them to cover, to cross? Like, not really. There is a good sidewalk along that road, but it ends not too far from where he was. Maybe that's where they were crossing. Who knows? But because when you get to Shell Station, that sidewalk that's on the western edge of that road, it goes away. There's no sidewalk that takes you around that curve. So there's no other option. And especially on a wet day like that, there's you want to get all your shoes all wet and all that other stuff. Don't get me wrong. I understand, it's better than getting hit by a car, but ideally, neither one of those happen. So having some kind of a sidewalk on both sides of the road wouldn't be a bad idea at all. It would be great. I imagine, that's maybe a safer option to put that in there somewhere. Where do you do it? When do you do it? Where's the funding for it? All that. Well, at least I'll tell you what, I hope DPS is keeping statistics on this stuff that they can use in coordination with Public Works so that they can show real statistics to the National Highway Traffic Safety Board that, hey, we need some federal funding to put in a sidewalk on this major thoroughfare that we have here. And hopefully that takes care of it. Hopefully that is just what you could do. More room for bike lane. Yeah, you're right. There's no room for a bike lane over. That's why, middle road is pretty big, right? And I would love it if it was even bigger to incorporate a turn lane down the center of the road, because that'll help with traffic too. But having a bike lane would be great. You don't see a lot of bikes going down middle road, and the reason is because it is not a safe place to ride your bike. It's not. For the hell of the Marianas, it is, because they stop all traffic. But this year, they're going back to the original. Now that Beach Road is mostly done, like almost all the way done. But it's not a safe road to bring your bike on. And if you're going to train, you got to ride your bike on that road. That's not what this guy was doing, but still, you're right. There's a whole lot going on for that. And I just got a video, which is great. Oh, appreciate it. Just got an update from our Congresswoman. So let's put this on here. This is like happening in real time, folks. So let's get this to you. Here we go. This is from our Congresswoman, Kimberly King Hines. Let me get it ready. I'll put it on the old big screen for you guys so we can all look at this together. Look, Brad, that's not really a smooth flow. I'm like, hey, you're right. You're right. But it just got here, and it just hit their social channels. So let's go over to the share so you guys can see it.
Good morning, everybody. As promised, I'm hopping on here to give you the latest update on what's happening with the Nutritional Assistance Program. So we just got word from the U.S. Department of Agriculture that they will be dispersing $150 million to the territories, which include American Samoa, Puerto Rico, and the CNMI, who are all under the NAP program. That $150 million represents half of the benefit for the month of November, okay? And I'm hoping that the shutdown ends so that your benefits could be fully restored. But I'm really happy to see that there's movement happening with that, because so many of us in the CNMI rely on those funds to put food on the table. Now, one of the questions that I am getting asked is why not just release the full funds, right? Well, the administration is tapping into what's called a contingency fund. And from the information that is out there and the information that is shared by the administration, there's about $5 billion in that contingency fund, right? And in order for the administration to pay out the full amount of benefits for the month of November, the cost is actually $9 billion. So there really isn't enough to pay out the full benefits, okay? Which is why it's so critical that Congress gets back to work and opens up the government so that we can have a budget and so that these programs can be fully restored, okay? Now, before I hop off here, I want to make a couple of things clear, okay? You know, you probably won't see these benefits tomorrow or the day after because it's going to take some time, okay? You know, there's processes, procedures that needs to be followed because this is not the course of doing regular business. We are still under a federal shutdown. There's a lot of people who are, who are furloughed, who are not in the office, and so there's going to be some time and maneuvering and personnel that needs to be pulled back in to be able to get this to happen, okay? The other thing that I want to ask really is a favor, okay? As you all know, the EBT program was just rolled out, and with any new program being rolled out, there's going to be some kinks, right? And unfortunately, that success of rolling out the EBT program by the hardworking folks at NAP was overshadowed with the federal government shutdown and the pause on benefits. And so I'm asking everybody, let's give the hardworking people at NAP some grace, okay? Because they're gonna have to jump through some hoops to be able to get these benefits out to you. And with any new program that's being implemented, there's gonna be some kinks, okay? So let's be patient, let's give them grace so that they can get these benefits out to you as quickly as possible. I love you, CNMI. Hang in there, one day at a time, and we'll keep pushing for the full restoration of your benefits, all right? Have a great day.
All right, you just heard it from the Congresswoman. That just happened. That's a video that just came out today, like this morning. That is good to hear that we've got something happening, some movement going. So we are going to, let's see if I can do that here. Yeah, let's do this. I'm getting this together for you. So let's listen to this again, just so we can make it. The good news is it won't be here today, but the money has been approved, and at least half of the month of November is going to be taken care of. So let's take a listen to this real quick. We're going to listen to it again.
Half a days until good morning, everybody. As promised, I'm hopping on here to give you the latest update on what's happening with the Nutritional Assistance Program. So we just got word from the U.S. Department of Agriculture that they will be dispersing $150 million to the territories, which include American Samoa, Puerto Rico, and the CNMI, who are all under the NAP program. That $150 million represents half of the benefit for the month of November, okay? And I'm hoping that the shutdown ends so that your benefits could be fully restored. But I'm really happy to see that there's movement happening with that, because so many of us in the CNMI rely on those funds to put food on the table. Now, one of the questions that I am getting asked is why not just release the full funds, right? Well, the administration is tapping into what's called a contingency fund. And from the information that is out there and the information that is shared by the administration, there's about $5 billion in that contingency fund, right? And in order for the administration to pay out the full amount of benefits for the month of November, the cost is actually $9 billion. So there really isn't enough to pay out the full benefits, okay? Which is why it's so critical that Congress gets back to work and opens up the government so that we can have a budget and so that these programs can be fully restored, okay? Now, before I hop off here, I want to make a couple of things clear, okay? You know, you probably won't see these benefits tomorrow or the day after because it's going to take some time, okay? You know, there's processes, procedures that needs to be followed because this is not the course of doing regular business. We are still under a federal shutdown. There's a lot of people who are, who are furloughed, who are not in the office, and so there's going to be some time and maneuvering and personnel that needs to be pulled back in to be able to get this to happen, okay? The other thing that I want to ask really is a favor, okay? As you all know, the EBT program was just rolled out, and with any new program being rolled out, there's going to be some kinks, right? And unfortunately, that success of rolling out the EBT program by the hardworking folks at NAP was overshadowed with the federal government shutdown and the pause on benefits. And so I'm asking everybody, let's give the hardworking people at NAP some grace, okay? Because they're gonna have to jump through some hoops to be able to get these benefits out to you. And with any new program that's being implemented, there's gonna be some kinks, okay? So let's be patient, let's give them grace so that they can get these benefits out to you as quickly as possible. I love you, CNMI. Hang in there, one day at a time, and we'll keep pushing for the full restoration of your benefits, all right? Have a great day.
All right, there you go. And that is as hot off the presses as it gets. Where you're able to hear it directly from her. I want to say thanks to her team for helping us out and getting that kind of information to us. Whenever we have big things that are happening out here, we can't do that. We can't get those messages out there if we don't have the help of the folks who are doing all those work, like you said, in the trenches, the folks who are actually getting it done. And, getting that is really helpful. So thank you for sending us that info and that video so we can get it out there. So just like that, we're able to get a story out there, put the video out there to everybody. So that's what we're going to end up doing and move on. There is one other thing that we want to do. Really, we were going to just go at the end of it, but at least because I want to put that info out. The other guys, they're going to get it faster now. That's all right. Well, that's what's going to happen. So either way, I want to show you this video that was sent to us from one of our viewers and one of our friends, to be quite frank with you. Want to let you know that, we heard that with all this economic downturn, there's the potential for bad things to happen in our community. And that's even DPS said as much as well. Well, here's one of those things. We're going to show you some video footage from our friend who sent this to us about something that just happened last night, 6 o'clock. You see, I'm looking at the timestamp. It was at 6 o'clock yesterday. Oh, wrong screen. But the Here, let me get rid of those white blocks. And the main thing is, there we go. This should be on there now. There we go. That your takeaway is that this happened while he was home. It's awful, right? So let's take a look. I mean, you can hear the dog barking. The cat was worthless. But these two guys right here, this is happening, and you're going to see the camera transition as it goes to like the nighttime timer, because this is that time where it's like that starts to go from daytime to nighttime as the sun's setting. So you see those two individuals over there. One's in all dark clothes. The other one's got the dark clothes with the white shirt. You're going to end up seeing this, but this is the guy's garage underneath the house, right? So here we go. These guys come in through the woods. That's where it switched to the infrared, by the way. So you see the clothing that they're wearing looks like it changed. It's just a difference. This is them stealing his Echo over there. That's his Echo bush cutter. That's a that's not a cheap bush cutter, but two things to watch on here is, one, the guy in the foreground, the guy in the foreground is actually wearing a dark colored hoodie. But the infrared camera makes it look like it's light colored, right? And then watch this guy in the middle. You're going to see him move over and make his egress into the woods or into the boonies over there to the right. But see this guy. This guy might be related to Anthony Davis in the NBA because of that serious eyebrow thing he's got going on. But I'm just freezing it there so you can see a little bit of his face. It looks like he's wearing one of those fishing hoodies where it's got the little part that covers up your face, but it's got a zipper. It looks like he's actually got a zip-up thing, so maybe he's just covering his face with something else. There's the guy. The other guy off in the distance, off to the right, is going to go into the woods, into the boonies with his bush cutter. Right there, while this guy continues to scope stuff out. He's even going to hop on the bike, but I know it's a tough pull to say if you can recognize this guy from this particular look, but this is in Finnesisu, and you see this guy is looking around. He's like, let's check over here. They ended up, that guy runs off into the boonies. He's like, yay, I got a bush cutter. I'm not going to do any work with it, though. I'm just going to sell it for crack. So that guy's off in the boonies. The other guy's going to come back out. Here he is. He's like, oh, this bike is in the way. How about we go for a little ride? Nope, I'm not even going to. There we go. I'm even going to kick up the kickstand. You can see he's got some like work boots that he's wearing. This is in Finnesisu. This is last night at 6 o'clock. So you check it out. Those are like work boots right there. Guys walking around, he's scoping for other stuff. They end up walking away. By the way, that bush cutter, that was the homeowner's, that was his dad's. Here, let's go back a little bit to see this guy. Oh, come on. I thought I would be able to pause it a little bit quicker than that. Some serious eyebrows on this dude while he's trying to be all ninja and stuff. It's actually I know it looks like a light color hoodie. It's actually a dark hoodie that he's wearing. It's almost like black. See, I don't know if you're able, maybe if you know the guy, you would be able to recognize it. But that hoodie that he's wearing, he's covering up his face. He's got like those serious eyebrows. Anyway, as he's lifting stuff going through there. They end up taking the homeowner's dad's bush cutter. It's like, thanks. Sorry, Dad, I can't give you your bush cutter back because these guys stole it. See there, he's taking a charger. They end up taking a DeWalt drill set that's in a black case, the charger, another Black & Decker saw with a drill, and that's in a black and orange bag you'll see later. They even took the kid. They took their son's fishing gear that was in a backpack. You'll see this guy put on a backpack in a little bit. In Finnesisu. See, that bag, we'll just take some more of your stuff. We'll just throw it in this bag. Brazen stuff. I'm telling you, if I stumbled across these guys doing this at my house, they might not go to church, but they're going to be holy afterwards. Yeah. While the owner's home. See that backpack right there? That's actually a black backpack because this is the infrared setting on the camera right now. So it looks like a guy in a light color hoodie. It's not. It's like black. And that backpack is a black backpack. It's a black neoprene backpack that's full of the guy's son's fishing stuff. Fishing gear. Stealing this kid's son's fishing gear. And he's got the bag. He's got a case with his DeWalt drill and the charger. He's got that bag which has a Black & Decker saw and a drill. And he's going to make his way out. You can actually see that it's like a black and orange bag right there, like a Black & Decker colors. And when they leave, they're going to go back out to the top right of the screen again, through the boonies. These guys. So you know that they had planned this. They weren't just driving by and pulled up and did it. They came in through the boonies. So if you know anybody, these are these guys. This is a different camera angle. And there's that switch. Let me just pull it back a little bit. So this is what it looked like. Hold on. That's the trail guy. I'm just trying to incrementally move this along. Yeah. Maybe you recognize that hoodie with that guy. That's a tough pull, I know. But they came in over by the guy's chickens, and they go out over there by like those banana trees in the back. Yeah, it just sucks that happened. And they're doing it. I mean, it sucks no matter who they get, right? But in particular, you know, this is a veteran that they're targeting and that they stole from. And I know there's plenty of veterans out there that probably wouldn't be happy. Ooh, you could definitely see that guy's creepy face, you know, coming back and looking for more. It just, it sucks. And it's one of our friends, you know, one of our veterans who would be out here. And I'll tell you what, these guys are lucky. They are lucky that they got away right now. But I can tell you, there's no room for vigilante justice. But I'll tell you, man, I would love to help find those guys on that trail with my friends and ask them a couple questions about, hey, what are you doing? Get a few vets together, talk about it. I know that's not the preferred way of doing business, but man. Anyway, let's talk about it for real, the way you're supposed to. If you have any information about this, give DPS a call, please. You can call them at 664-9000. You can call Crime Stoppers. If you don't want to be implicated in anything, you don't want your name mentioned, you want to stay anonymous, you totally can. Call Crime Stoppers, 670-234-7272. They are truly about wanting your information and not your name. You will remain anonymous. And if the information that you have leads to an arrest, you can get up to $1,000. NMI Crime Stoppers, 234-7272. We talk about them every single day. They're on our show every single day. Crime Stoppers. And, you know, it's amazing how many younger folks didn't hear about Crime Stoppers. So let them know about it. 234-7272, 234-PARA. And you can get up to $1,000 if the information leads to an arrest. If you don't even feel comfortable with that, you can message us, slide into our DMs. Your information about like your personal identifying information is going nowhere. You can just message us and we will send the info to the authorities. We will not tell anybody your name. We won't say who it came from. You don't have to worry about that. Same with any news tips that you give us. It's not going anywhere. We're not going to get a call from the governor's office that says, hey, who told you about that? They could call and ask, but they're never going to hear about it. Like, nobody is going to get the information if you give it to us. You're just going to forward the info, not your personal info, to the folks who are involved. So that's it. Unfortunately, this happened last night to one of our friends, a fellow veteran that this happened to. And my goodness, man, God save you if you do this to a veteran and a veteran catches you. I'll tell you what, there's no jury that's going to give any mercy to you, no matter what happens to you. That's all I could say. Yeah, as John says, all I say, don't come. Yeah, don't do it. Yep. People who know how to do, they have a particular set of skills. That's it. You can't, some of those skills don't look good. They're not helpful on your LinkedIn profile or your resume, but they sure come in great for home defense. So, guys, if you got any information about this, please help local law enforcement find these guys and get the property back to the property owners. Again, the homeowners, it's their son's fishing gear that got stolen. It's their dad's bush cutter that got stolen, and then some of their own tools. It just sucks. Just being violated like that. You know, this, again, it doesn't matter that it's a veteran. It could be anybody, but the veteran who's from here served his country, served his island to have a better place, and then this happens. Again, that doesn't, again, it would suck no matter whether it's a veteran or not. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I'm throwing that in there because I know this guy. He was a great guy. Guy who would never give anybody a hard time about anything. A very selfless person that we hold in the highest regard. So that sucks. If you have any information about it, please reach out. We're going to post the full video stuff on there with contact information and all that later, but there you go. All right, guys, that is going to wrap us up just for today, though, because I got to post that stuff from Rep. King Hines, and I got to get ready because we have an interview here in about 45 minutes. And then today is the general membership meeting for the Saipan Chamber of Commerce at Crown Plaza Resort Saipan. We'll be there. There should be some good info. And again, like we said, folks over at Marianas Press, they're going to be giving an update and to celebrate their one-year anniversary. So yay, Marianas Press. Happy birthday to you guys for being in business and being on your own for 1 year. Congratulations. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. I'll play you one of the other songs as we're getting out of here, but that's it for us. Guys, have a great day. We'll be back again tomorrow for another edition of Good Morning Marianas. Take care.
The hammer waits, the nails just stare. A breeze blows dust through empty air. One brick a week they lay with care. At GPPC they build and dream slow. Foundations sink while hopes they float. The clock can't spin but not the road. GPPC, take your time, oh. GPPC, where the time goes. You'll finish someday, or so they say. The GPPC, please speed the way. The crane's asleep, the trucks don't hum. It's like they work in a land of gum. Blueprints fade before they're done. At GPPC, the tortoise runs the show. Years roll by like tumbleweed. Progress grows like a stubborn seed. Call it art, call it slow indeed. but patience cracks where deadlines bleed. GPPC, take your time, oh, GPPC, where the time goes. You'll finish someday, or so they say, but GPPC, please speed the way. But GPPC, please speed the way.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
The waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, those counting wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what